Brian, annuities have a lot of different payout options that you really should consider when you're making that purchase.
Yeah, so fixed index annuities generally come in two flavors. One is accumulation, I call it. It's just a safe money investment meant to outperform other safe money investments such as money markets and CDs and that kind of thing. There's also the fixed index annuities that can pay out over maybe a lifetime. But there's different ways that you can take those payouts. So I want to talk about some of those different options because it does matter if you're married, unmarried, if you have a long life expectancy, if you have legacy concerns. You may pick differently depending on the answer to those questions. So the first one I want to talk about is, if you're married and you have and this, by the way, can apply to pensions too, annuities or pensions. You might be faced with the choice of, gee, I can have these checks. They're going to be bigger if I just base them on my own life. However, they'll be a little bit smaller if it's mine, a joint life for either one of us second to die. Does that make sense or not? So that's, joint and survivor life is one way you can take monthly payments. Another one is just on your individual life, your payment will be higher than it would be on a joint life. There's another one called life only. So life only means as soon as you pass away, so let's say you have a pension and they're going to pay you for your lifetime, but you go, well, I'm going to go life only. I'm not going to leave anything for anybody else. It's just for my life. And you get hit by a bus in a month, well, that's it. That's just going to pay you for 1 month, and there's nothing left for anybody else. But the payment's a little bit higher. Another one you can do is life with a period certain. You say, well, if I get hit by a bus, that kind of stinks. Maybe I'll do just my life, but for at least 10 years. So if you get hit by a bus in that first month, you've got almost 10 years of payments going to somebody. They're still gonna get less than the original value. You can do them for a fixed period. You can say, I want to buy an annuity for, I just want to have payments for a 10-year period. So you can do that. You can do different kinds of income over your lifetime. Some annuities and pensions pay flat over your lifetime. Some pensions have a cost of living adjustment. Some annuities have an increasing lifetime cash flow feature, and that can be a very good thing, especially if we're facing inflation. And then finally, one of the things to look at is many annuities have a death benefit. If you die prematurely, they will pay out to your heirs. However, pensions generally do not have a death benefit associated with them.
So it sounds like annuities with the least amount of guarantees offer the greatest cash flow.
That's right. So if they're a fixed period or life only or a single life, those kinds of things, or even life with a period certain, they're going to offer better cash flow than joint and survivor. But you have a tough time explaining to your spouse if you're getting ready to pass away. Oh yeah, when I pass away, you don't get anything because I signed up for life only, and they're going to be looking at you. What were you thinking? And so you might want to take less so that you have more guarantees. But it's a numbers game for the insurance companies. The more that they're going to pay out, the more risks that they take, the less they're going to pay out. And certainly joint and survivor has more risk than life only to them. And so yeah, that is a consideration when doing this. Often I'm asked to figure this out for pensions where they might give you different options. Hey, you can buy extra service credits or something like that. And it's very useful to calculate a break even on that. But I certainly encourage people to think about increasing lifetime cash flow because of inflation.
Brian, thanks for telling us more about the payout options of annuities.